Well, Jammers, guess what is happening today? Something that hasn't happened in a long time.
Finally!
So long time. We're not even going to call it episode. We're going to call it just a bunch. I have all of these, and we're working on Briar's room, and I want her to look pretty. So what I'm doing is I've really got all the Briars. This is going to be a shortened episode where I'm not going to go through every little single bit and every curl because I'm really going to use a lot of the same techniques I've already used. I would say between Gulliopie's episode and, what's her name? The headmistress. Basically going to use those two things. And some I'm going to do more than others. So I'll just give you a quick brief thought on what I want to do. This one, which is Legacy Day, I'm just going to fix her ponytail. Might not even have to undress her curls. They're all actually very similar. So it's, I don't know, for me it's actually easier to do a whole bunch at once. This one is Spring Unsprung. Same thing, she's not all that greasy, if any, and she just needs her curls fixed. These, of course, are our originals, this being the re-release. No, that's the re-release, and this is the original, which we're going to swip and swap. I didn't feel confident I could redo this and mimic that, so we're going to switch everything over to this one and fix hers. This one is very greasy. It almost sticks up on its own. It's so terrible. So that one's going to definitely need...
that thing, you can just keep twisting it and just let it go all kooky.
True, but it looks good, and there's like little knots in the way the rubber bands are, so I don't feel confident with that one, so we'll leave that one as is. Do the Goo Gone treatment, and then we got these two, which were wonderful gifts from two of our jammers, and Kikyo and Summer. While I'm here, I might as well work on them, is what I thought. She's going to be straight. I would love, since it's long, to be straight. I don't think this braid is supposed to be there. I was looking last night. I'm going to do one, but a much smaller one. And this one being Cedar. She's just, you know, it's as it looks from the box, and it's gone flat. So it's all really the same thing over and over again. So that's what I'm going to do. I don't know how I'm going to do it. So just bear with me as I figure out a new format for this particular type of salon time. Next step I'm working on is we got fabric softener, which is half water, half fabric softener. Those two I just gave a quick little brush to, not fully, and then I'll soak them. They're not in bad shape, so maybe an hour or two or whenever I get to them. I have done them overnight and with no problems, no glue loosening. So that works both to make them smell good and as a detangler. So I will brush them after I pull them out and smooth them out and then wash them to get the fabric softener out. Then we have all the rest. It wasn't as easy as I thought it was going to be. Every single one had the greasy hair. This one looked good until I was poking around the ponytail and it wasn't working. So what I use is Goo Gone. Has worked for me, has worked for a few people of our jammers who have told me that it's worked for them. I just massage it in for about 20 seconds, let it sit until I get to it, and then I'm going to wash it with laundry detergent and then put it in here. The laundry detergent cuts the grease, as this is an oily product. It cuts all that out really better than dish soap. You can use dish soap. Once it goes in here after, it all works out. And of course this again will get rid of the smell. As an example, I did Nephra. Now she had it messed up. She has a Salon Time. You'd have to see it. She was a fix-up. Hers was so bad. And now we're like 8 or 9 months later and her hair is still not greasy at all. It does have a little bit of smell has come back, but that's just a good example of how it has worked for me. That's still silky soft. I might throw her in just to smooth and the fluff has come back. Anyway, that's another one. So let me get on to the next. Most important with this fabric softener is don't get it on clothes, don't get it on anything. Use parents' permission for that. I have been absolutely, particularly, positively protective of the clothes, and I got them all over here in nice little piles so I don't lose anything, and nowhere near the fabric softener. Cute, huh? Now at this point I'm basically doing an assembly line. I pull one out, work on it, put another wash, remember, wash with laundry detergent, put it in here to soak, then wash it regularly and move on. Yeah, so they're on there. I'm going to try to get to this one quick because I want that one done and drying, so when I do her room, she's ready. This one's going to be last. All right, so here is Holly. I brushed it out really good, got a nice hunk of hair, put a nice smaller braid in there. I know that's not true to it, but I like it, so I'm doing it. I fixed her little pony on the top, and everybody else dumps it in, does the boil wash thing, and just makes it straight. I'm gonna do this. I just feel like a twirl will make it possibly straighter, or give it a wave. I just want to try it. If I don't like it, then I can just dip it in the hot water like everybody else does. So there, and I call it a heat set because this will set it with a little bit of a wave like she has. So I got my hot water for 3 minutes in the microwave, and my cold water for after to set it. And I'm just gonna tip it in there for about 50 seconds, a minute, whatever. I'm gonna put it in here, let it dry. So next I'm gonna pull her out, wash her up, and just start doing some curls, simple curls. Okay, see you next segment. Lots of work to do today. Miss Holly is outside drying in the nice hot Arizona sun. I've got Briar's hair all brushed out nice and smooth, washed, and taking some tips from Denisa Madrano. Did I say that right? Madrano? It feels like if I curl her hair this way, it's going to be in her face, and I don't want that. So I've taken a small section, put it back, and then when I curl it, I'll cover that up. With this knot, I kind of did the same thing. It used to have just a little piece of hair. I just pulled a few little tendrils into it and hooked it to that to kind of hopefully make that knot stay more secure and not come out. The original rubber bands are old and dry, and they did come loose. So I wrapped it around there too, the whole thing. So hopefully that will keep it in place. If I lose that, ugh. All right, let me get curling. Got our assembly line going over here. It's a good day of hair salon time day. I've got Briar of the original one all curled up. As I said, you can use many of the techniques. This is the same as Goliath's. I made every curl go this way towards the back and continued with that all the way around in that direction, trying to get it full up here so it'll give it some body and hide all those bald spots. So by the time I get over here, those are curling towards her face and those are curling away from her face. So she's already been dipped in the hot water and the cold water, and she is now in the process of drying. Now we're on Legacy Day. The only thing is this hair came with all one ponytail. Oh geez, I got the tendril. I got to pull that back out. Whoops. Okay, there was a little tendril here. This was twisted and done into the ponytail, and this side was twisted and put into one big ponytail. What I have done is done half of it. I've seen in the pictures, mostly as long as it goes to the side, it has the look, but you can't really get this very curly and full. So with this little piece now coming down, I figure it can hide the rubber band, and I can get a much fuller spray of hair going over to one side. Let's see how that works, and let me now go have to redo that and find that tendril. This one's the Soakin' Spring Unsprung and the re-release. Shout out for Alex AG, before I forget, who was first on our last Salon Time 3 months ago for it was Operetta, Monster High Operetta. Okay, here's where I'm at. I got this Briar, I got her tendril back on the front, and now I got her side. So the bottom ponytail, I did half this way, half that way, half left, half right, and then for the top part that was hanging, I did them all towards her face, and the little tendril I did away from her face. Hot water, cold water, I did it twice. She's ready to dry. And we got Spring Unsprung. She has a slight challenge because she just needs a new ponytail, and I'll do that. But these things, where the sides are held, it's like a piece of thread that they put in there and they sew in there. I obviously can't keep it that way because this is all messy. So I'm going to pull that out and tie it with elastics into this ponytail somehow. And then we'll just give her some simple spiral curls. The re-release is in here. I think I'm going to go straight with her. And Cedar's still hanging out. I might run out of bobby pins, so she might have to wait, but I'll get her brushed up. Let me go put her to dry and get working on this. All right, Miss Briar, Spring Unsprung, has both her ponytail and the back with curls. These ones are going that way. These ones are going that way. And then the little side ones are going away from her face. I brushed out, which one is this? No, Is that Spring Unsprung? Oh, this is Cedar Spring Unsprung. I brushed her out and then just did the normal hot boil wash to straighten it out as best I can for both of these. So I'm going to work on her a little more, and then I'm going to do some large strawed spiral curls for Miss Cedar.
Yay!
Cedar's hair is now rolled very nicely in these big straws. I basically did one row around the bottom, always coming towards her face, and then the second row I did away from her face, just somewhere in the middle, because I know she's got that crown to wear. I just kind of made those work, so I made them a little bit farther so they'll drop and then have the curl. Who knows how it's going to look, but should be all right. I decided to change my mind and do an experiment with this briar, because all of the pictures, they're like wavy. I don't quite know how to get that. So I all of a sudden thought, let me try this just to see if it'll work. So I put rubber bands in different intervals, and then I pulled the hair out to see if that will give that rippled effect. Not necessarily that it'll look good on this doll as is, but that it will give me some ideas for if that will work. I put them both in the hot water, of course, and then in the cold water, a minute each, and then I did it twice. So I'm gonna put them up to dry and let them dry, and I'm gonna get working on Briar's room while these are drying, so she can look, all of the she's can look beautiful in the room reveal. Days, and I think these gals are ready to be done. So let's have a quick look at each of the hairdos while they're dry. Just to see, I just put a little rubber band on there and hold that down so it won't be so fluffy. We have Legacy Day here. Here's how her curls look. And we have Spring Unsprung. That's how her curls look. Do all this before I take them out. I do use fabric softener sheets for the dryer, and I cut them up and make little perm papers out of them. Helps a lot. That was the first. This is the re-release where I'm experimenting to see if that will give us a wave. This is Holly. Spring Unsprung? I think so. And she's ready to go. And then of course we got Cedar Spring Unsprung. Whoop. Ready to go. Well, let me get all these rollers out of them all and see how it's going to look. Quick shout out to NR Perez, who was first on one of our previous videos. Wanted to get an extra one out. Thanks, buddy. Appreciate your help with what I asked. So let's get these out. It sure was fun to see the rollers come out and see them look so different already. Beautiful, beautiful. Let's go through each one. So we got Cedar here. She's got her very pretty spirals going on. I almost want to leave them that way, but I probably won't. For the most part, all of them, I'm just going to stick the comb through and work it that way and not try to overwork it. Holly, this is how it looked when it came out. And the same thing, I'm just going to run my fingers through that, and I think my choice there worked out well, but I'm going to have a little bit of wave. Not exactly poker straight, but I'll work with that. Then we got the re-release with the experiment. It kind of works. It needs a little more attention and maybe more rubber bands, but that was worth trying for sure. I'm really glad I did that. Then we have the original. Looks better already. Now I had a little problem I've never had before. See this white stuff on it? That's from my dryer sheets. It looks like she's got a bad case of dandruff. I think what happened is I usually save these, and I had so much to do that I used newer pieces, and they were just really powdery, and it came out. So, excuse me. The good news is I can go like that and get it off. A little extra effort. So as I said, now let's have a look up here. That does cover that up really nice. And for the most part, this one to be really curly, and most of them, I'm just going to run the comb through them like that and make the curls be all over the place. And again, trying not to overwork it. And we have this one. See, she's got a bad case of that. That's extra work, but oh well. It's beautiful already. There's a difference when you do the different styles. It really there is significant difference in which way you make the rollers go. And then, oh, that was Spring Unsprung. And then we have this one, Legacy Day. Of course, I'll play in there to get that blend in. But I'm kind of really glad I did that because you can see already it looks much fuller than just a ponytail. Cool. And then Miss Nefra, she's just going to get a comb since she's done a side job. So let me fix them all up and get them dressed, and then we'll have a look at how these beauties look. Yippee skippy, the time has come for the reveal and seeing how they're going to look. Let's just check them all out. They're all dressed. Oh my goodness, these ones were hard to dress. Where should we start first? I didn't do Nefra because she just looks the same. Gorgeous, gorgeous Miss Cedar. I split all of them up, like each curl into 3, but I didn't touch these 2. I think she's looking mighty awesome. Are you guys, oh, jammers, are you okay with me doing these this way, like 5 or 6 at a time? It certainly would be easier for me. I'd get a lot more done. That's Miss Holly. I think you gotta look back to appreciate that one. I like it. It looks more natural. Could have been straight, that would have been easy. But this is a look that I'm happy with. I think she's gonna look wonderful in her dorm room. This is the first one. I didn't redress her, I just put her in a robe because I don't know what I'm gonna do with her yet. Might dress her in something else or try something else with her hair. Speaking of which, all the oilies did really good. Can't complain, and oh boy, do they ever smell good. Like it's wave 1, chapter 1, signature, whatever you call it. Oh, I got a little bald spot there. I'll move that over a little bit. She looks wonderful in my opinion. What do you think? So it's like a whole new doll. To me, that really does look like the pictures I was looking at. And I'm super, super happy that I did get that. Probably could have made things easier and just bought a fresh one, but well, it is what it is. And here is the Spring Unsprung Briar. I left, no I did I split that? I don't remember. I think I split that just a little bit. A lot bigger, lush curls, so they don't all look exactly the same. Oh, by the way, these headpieces, you just put a sewing pin in them. A dress pin, hemming pin, you just stick them in there and that's holding them in good. I've been curious if that was going to work. And last but not least, Miss Legacy Day. Maybe it's almost too poofy, I don't know, it depends on what angle you catch her on. But she definitely has a very, very full side hairdo, which I think is gorgeous. I could probably just scrunch it. I used a little bit of hairspray, not too much, so they're still floofy and move around. Just not as harshly as I usually do it. Looks alright from the back when she's straight on. As the side one doesn't always look perfect. They're kind of strange, but I don't know. She looks good to me. What do y'all think? Let me know in the comments down below. And again, how you feel about me doing salon time like this. So it's been a good, what, 15, 16 minutes? But we've done 6 dolls. And it was kind of fun not having to repeat all the curls over and over again. Alright, Jammers, as always, thanks for watching. Always a pleasure to spend time with you. Have a wonderful day and see you next time.